The game is very close to the movie in terms of emotion. We've been working a lot with Peter Jackson from the beginning. He really wanted us to be able to going deeper in this world, because he's been creating a complete world around King Kong, and I think he wants the player to be immersed in this world, and he wanted us to play both on the human side, you know, through the eyes of a human. So that's why we have a FPS view when you are a human, and then you can see Jack Black in front of you, you know, talk to him, and that's quite funny. And Naomi Watts too. And in the same time, so when you are a human, you are the prey in this big island. Skull Island, it's full of predators. You are the prey. But when you play King Kong, you are the big king of the island. You know, you are the biggest predator of the island, and that is giving a kind of dynamic, very funny dynamic, because you want to be Kong. You want to be, and then suddenly the game offers you the opportunity of being Kong and saving Anne, and that's interesting because it's creating this very powerful dynamic and different emotions and perceptions of the and vision of the same world. I think Peter Jackson is he knew that King Kong, there is something I would say subtle to express in King Kong. You know, it's the theme of Beauty and the Beast. You know, it's the big beast, but he's got heart, he's got a humanity, and I think he appreciated in Beyond Good and Evil, our previous game. He played this game. That's quite funny, because during a meeting he said us that okay, he has played Beyond Good and Evil. He said that he thought that we could be able to express this humanity through sounds, music, situations, and all these things. And so I think that's the main thing, the main collaboration. We're having this incredible conceptual arts from Weta, and when we were in New Zealand on the sets, people were doing the trees and all these things using the same conceptual arts as the one we were using for the game, and it was quite funny because we really share these materials. I think we had two sources of inspiration: the movie itself, the main scenes in the movie. People, they want to retrieve these scenes. You've got mythic scenes, very important scenes that you want to retrieve in the game. But the game is, I would say, 10 times longer than the movie, maybe a bit less. But so we had to create new sequences, and then the source of inspiration is the world of Skull Island. You know, it's not just an island like that for a movie. Peter Jackson told us the story of this island centuries after. That's incredible. He's got, you know, this big history, the background, and all these things. So it's not just a movie; it's a world. I wanted to avoid every platform effects, every collectible. There's no interface. It's concrete. You can take things, you can burn them, throw them, spread the fire. You can take a spear, throw a spear to a creature, and take it back while it's dying. And it's very concrete. You know, you don't carry tons of objects on you. It's very realistic. You know, there's no interface. Once someone is suffering, you see that he's suffering, and you understand the state without the life bar. So the game is very, I would say, in some point of view, is realistic. So when you are on the human side, your goal is to find Anne. In fact, that's a good story of the prince and the princess. So, but the bad guy is not really the bad guy, and that's the difference in King Kong. And when you reach them, it appears that King Kong is trying to defend Anne too. So when you play King Kong, you're trying to defend her from the other creatures. So it's very simple. It's about surviving. You know, if you don't move, you die. You don't have to collect things. It's just you have to survive. You got to move forward, because if you stay too much time in a place, predators will come and you will die. So if you want to know what will be the next, just move, just act. So it's very simple, in fact. Thank you for listening to me and the story of this big game, King Kong. Yeah! It's running now? No? Right. Okay. It answers your question? I got a feeling the clock is ticking.